All right, now we're going to talk about the types of variables: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. If you look at our course learning outcomes, you will see that differentiating between these types of variables is one of our learning outcomes. It's an important concept. It's foundational to a lot of things. If you ever go on and do more advanced statistics, it impacts what kind of analyses you can do. So it's important to know the difference. So we'll start with the easiest one. A nominal statistic, and the easiest way to remember this is nominal naming. Okay, nominal naming. You are naming something. You're not using a number. You are naming a category. That's why some people also call these categorical variables. If I ask you, what is your religion? What is the language you grew up speaking? What is your race, ethnicity, nationality? What gym are you a member of? What high school did you graduate? Anything where you're just naming something that I cannot translate into a number. That is a nominal variable. What is your career? Where do you work? Okay. The next category, the next three, are all things that we refer to as numeric or quantitative variables. Okay. And there's three of those. The first one is ordinal. This is sometimes also referred to as a rank ordered variable. I'm going to use the word ordinal, but ordinal, order. Okay. This is where we're using a number because we are putting things in order. You were the third highest score in the class. You came in 5th place at the track meet. You graduated 10th in your class. We're putting things in a numerical order. The issue with ordinal level variables, we'll talk about their pros and cons. The issue with an ordinal level variable is there's not really much meaning between how big those gaps are, right? If I know that you were the 5th highest score on a test, that doesn't really tell me much because, we're not going to assume that everybody had 2 points difference between first and second, third and fourth. A practical example of this is one of my stats related jobs in the past is I helped run some numbers for an organization that worked with issues of child abuse. And one thing they would often do for their reports is they would rank order the counties that they worked with about what their rates of reported child abuse were. And there was one county that they were wanting to do a program in, but out of the 17 counties that they served, the problem was this county ranked like number 9 in terms of rates of child abuse. So there was some flack of, this county is number 9. Why are you focusing on it? Well, but when you actually looked at the data, yes, it was number 9, but between counties that ranked from 3 to 10, the difference in the rate was a 0.1%. It was a tiny fraction of a percent. So yes, we could put it in order and say you were the 9th highest rate, but there really was not a lot of meaningful real world difference in the rate between counties number 3 and 10. Like in all practicality, they were pretty much tied. So that's one of the limits of ordinal level data is you can put it in order. It might not mean much. Now, the benefit, as your textbook talks about, is sometimes forcing people to put things in order can get a more meaningful result, right? If I tell you to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, which household items you hate doing the most, you might be tempted to rate a whole bunch of them as just a 7. But if I ask you to put these things in order, it forces you to make a decision. It forces you to assign a different value to different ones. So that can be one of the benefits of ordinal level data. I am already at 4.5 minutes. I will stop this and then I'll do ratio and interval as video number 3.